another episode of the Tito Poorito Show. Today I'm really excited kasi I will have with me a guest na she has one of the newest professions on earth bilang dito sa atin and abroad. Um, I don't know, I just can't contain myself kasi she's not only she teaches uh, deaf children. So she's a teacher at the Philippine School for the Deaf. And today, we'll casually interview her. Sana lang may matutunan tayo. I hope this will be an inspiring episode for everyone. So without further ado, I'll introduce you to our guest, Miss, our teacher, Antonette Lumakang. Uh, Welcome to the show, ma'am. Yay!
Hello everyone. Hello po.
Ayan po. Ma'am, first things first, before we get going, before we get to the questions, I would like to thank you for gracing us with your time and being on the show, the Tito Poorito Show and michaelcoronel.com. So, ma'am, bigyan niyo po kami ng konting background on what you do. Ang alam ko lang po is you teach deaf children. And sobrang galing na wow ako, talagang wow. I have three nephews who I teach regularly. Tinututoran ko sila and sobrang hirap. I can only imagine how you do it with deaf kids. What's it like being a teacher for the deaf?
As a teacher po sa deaf, you have to have a passion. You have a heart for teaching children with for the deaf. You have to be patient enough because those children have something to do with they have a lack of it's to call them hearing impairment, so they cannot hear. And technically, if they cannot hear, sometimes there will be an a time that they can't understand what you're saying. So as a teacher, you have to be patient when you are teaching children with the deaf. For the deaf, I mean. Um, Me, I am teaching Philippines in Philippine School for the Deaf for almost 3 years now, and I must say that yung feeling mo na yung happiness mo, it's different from just teaching regular students. Kasi if you're teaching students with that disability, parang parang hindi mo ma-contain yung self mo, parang ang sarap sa pakiramdam kapag may natutunan sila, and kapag yung natutunan nila ay na-apply nila sa sarili nila, and nakikita mo yung kanilang yung output ng ginagawa nila. And as a teacher, parang ang sarap sa feeling kapag gano'n.
Oo nga eh. Pero meron ba niyang teacher na let's say nagkaroon kayo ng convention, mga teachers, meron ba niya na regular teacher, teacher for the deaf, teacher for the blind? Meron bang hierarchy yan or what? No, I'm just curious. I'm not discriminating anybody. Gusto ko lang malaman kasi minsan, di ba, special skill yan eh. Yeah, you teach, but you teach kids with hearing impairment, di ba? So, no, wag na natin pag-usapan yan. Anyhow.
Yung program ngayon ay about inclusion. So, pwede na nag-mix naman po yung, especially kapag may mga competition po, na-join na po yung mga special schools. So, wala na pong discrimination,
Ah,
wala na pong separate na mga competition, kundi nagjo-join po sila. And actually, nag-excel sila sa mga competition.
yeah,
Lalo
that's
na
good to know.
yes po.
Hindi na sila excluded. So,
Yes.
if let's say, yung mga quiz bees, mga sports fest and all, di ba?
Meron po silang mga, for example, a competition sa Technolympics. Nag-join sila like, for example, cooking, beauty care, photography. Nag-excel po yung mga students namin. Kaya hindi po sila na-exclude po sa mga ganyang competition.
Yeah, that's good to know. How is this pandemic affecting you guys? It's hard enough to teach face to face, di ba? Uh, Paint us a picture of what do you think school year 2020-2021 will be?
Una po, for us teachers, for the Philippine School for the Deaf, it's like experimentally. You have to try things that will gonna work for our students. Especially, it's hard for us to, to explain if you're not in face to face, because especially if you have a slow internet connection,
Internet connection, yeah.
it's hard for us to teach those doing sign language. Kapag ano po, halimbawa ay for ano naman, for our seasoned teachers naman na doon naman tayo sa mga technologies na hindi naman gaano ka ano sa technologies, medyo mahirap po sa amin as a teacher po. And for our students din naman po na halimbawa kanilang bahay at yung parents ay hindi marunong mag-sign, sobrang hirap po talaga. So ngayon, yung 2020, yung 2020-2021, it's like experimental talaga. Parang lahat
So
magta-try kami ng mga bagay na mag-work sa aming students.
nothing is set, no, nothing is written in stone yet. So everything is experimental. You mentioned na mahirap when yung parent doesn't know how to sign. Kwentuhan mo kami, teacher, how does it go? I mean, how do they communicate with the kids if they don't know how to sign?
Ano po, local sign language po. Like for example, yung mga bagay po na nagagamit na nila sa bahay nila. Ganun po sila mag-communicate, or di kaya po sulat or text message. Yun po, minsan ganun po yung way ng communication nila. But mostly po, parang most of the time, hindi talaga nila yung mga ibang parents na hindi talaga marunong mag-sign, parang hindi nila maintindihan minsan yung feelings, yung emotions ng kanilang mga anak. Parang bigla na lang nila papagalitan or something. Kaya doon po medyo mahirap po.
When you watch a movie with with people who sign, makikita mo yung emotion dun sa yung ano ng handset, di ba? Hindi ba yan package na being a parent to a deaf child? Kailangan matuto ka rin. Hindi ba sila kasama doon sa educational ng child?
Actually po sa school namin, kasama po yung mga parents. We have a sign language session for our parents. For those parents na nagsistay po sa labas para maghintay po ng kanilang mga anak, meron po silang session po for sign language po para matuto din po sila mag-sign. Habang naghihintay po sila sa kanilang mga anak, may natututunan din po sila. So yun po yung isang mga ginagawa ng school namin para po mag-reach out din po sa aming parents para matutunan din po nila at maka-communicate po sa mga anak nila.
Yeah, that's good to know. But let's say ako, wala naman akong deaf na child, and I just want, I just want to learn. Meron bang online resources or what?
Yes, actually po, ako wala din po akong relative na na deaf, but since sa church po namin, meron po kaming parang may mga deaf po na members. So that's why parang nag-eager po ako mag-learn ng sign language. And I want to reach out to them po. Kaya parang sa mga tao po na wala pong relative ng na deaf, they can go to some online or ano po, school din po na nagtuturo po ng sign language like PRID, that's Philippine Registry for Interpreters. And then yung isa po FSL sa College of St. Benilde, nag-offer po sila ng course po na or sign language ano po subject.
Pero sign language is like a universal language. Once you learn here, you can bring it anywhere in the world.
Yes. Yes po.
Okay.
And especially po dito po sa atin sa Philippines, we have lots of ano po, yung ginagamit 'di ba is Filipino sign language. 'Di ba na ano na po siya doon sa ano ngayon, na ano na siya as law. And then ano po, yung sign language po natin, pwede po natin siyang gamitin anywhere po. Like for example, meron pong iba-iba kasing sign nagsasay or I mean iba-ibang sign sa iba-ibang parang dialect din po siya na kung saan ka pong lugar na nakabase, may mga iba-iba din po silang sign language. Pero yung sign language po na ginagamit natin ay universal siya, maintindihan pa din po kahit na saang lugar ka pa po pumunta.
Oh, so that's good to know kasi baka mag-aaral ka ng ano, ng sign dito sa atin. Tapos when you go somewhere outside the country, iba pala yung interpretation. So that's good to know. You mentioned ka kanina na signing has been signed as a law. We were talking ka kanina kasi I remember when I was little, yung signing is nakikita ko lang yan sa sa kapwa ko mahal ko. And now, nagulat ako when I turned on the TV and as I was watching the news, may nagsa-sign na. So for me, I think it's about time. Kasi we've been being, what do you call that? Sensitive. We've been being sensitive sa lahat ng, across the board, LGBT. Siguro, it's about time na bigyan natin ng pansin yung sector ng deaf. Ano po yung pinakamahirap na part as a teacher?
Siguro po yung pinakamahirap for me, yung pinakamahirap, yung parang yung sa students po namin na wala talagang alam, no read, no write kung sa ano pa. Parang wala talaga silang alam kung ano yung sign language. Minsan, hindi mo maintindihan. Kahit sa body language lang nila, minsan hindi mo maintindihan yung ano. Yun tulad yung parang struggle kami or yung challenges namin kapag halimbawa yung bata ay wala talagang alam ng sign kahit konti lang. Kahit matanda na, yun yung kasi magbabalik ka sa basic. Mag-start ka ulit sa like alphabets, tapos yung mga pinaka-basic talaga yung uunahin mo. And yung iba mong students ay syempre advanced na yun. So, yun ka magsa-struggle kapag halimbawa may isa kang estudyante na wala pa talagang alam and then yung other students mo may mga advanced na sa sign language. So, kailangan patience talaga at kailangan mo talagang tutukan yung estudyante kapag halimbawa ganun mangyayari.
So more than the knowledge na willing kang i-impart, dapat talaga you have a patience of a saint.
Yes po. Kasi aside from signing, you have to speak as well. Kasi meron po ibang students na nag-delete read sila, so kailangan mo magsalita habang nagsa-sign ka. Or may nakakarinig sila ng konti lang, so kailangan mo mag-total communication, signing while, talking. So, yan po yung mga medyo nakakapagod po siya. Halimbawa, mag-sign ka ng buong araw, yung sa likod po namin, yun po yung isa sa mga challenges din po yung physical.
Yung tinatamaan yung likod, no?
Masakit.
Ako kasi movie addict ako. So I've watched a lot of movies na yun nga yung nagre-read ng lips. Yung so that's how it is. So kailangan pag nagsasign ka, nagsasalita ka rin para nababasa nila yung lips mo. Ang dami kong gusto ito, no? Lahat, kasi habang nagsasalita ka, may mga pumapasok sa akin tanong. Pagka natapos ka na, nawawala na. Ano naman yung proudest moment para sa iyo, teacher? Lahat naman in every profession meron tayo niyan eh. So, dumating na ba 'yun sa iyo? Meron na ba nun?
Yes. Anyway, meron po kasi kaming parang merong club po sa school namin. Tapos isang competition po. I've joined different competitions. Ako po yung naging coach ng mga students. So yung isa po ay isang photography competition po siya. And naglalaban po ng 18 schools. And kami lang po yung special school doon. And we've got meron pong second prize and then 2 consolation prize po yung nanalo yung mga students po. So per school po meron pong 6 members po. So parang as a coach and as a teacher po, parang yan po yung isa sa mga proudest moment ko po. And then yung isa naman po ay yung sa beauty care kasi yun po yung subject of na tinuturuan is beauty care. Yung student ko po ay nanalo for ng makeup contest po. And yung mga kalaban niya po ay mga hearing. So as a special school, isang special school lang po kami and the rest po regular school. At kapag nanalo lang kahit consolation or what, masaya na po kami doon kasi imagine mo po nag-compete sila sa regular
Yeah, kasi before never kayo nakaka-join sa mga ganyan eh, di ba? So ngayon na nandiyan na kayo, you're making a name for yourselves. Plus, kasi right the way I see it, when people are not aware that you people exist. I mean, I don't mean it that way na you people, when I say you people, if yung the youth na yung mga kabataan natin ngayon na hindi nila alam, wala silang idea na may ganyan, right? Medyo nahihirapan sila na i-accept na pagka nakakita sila, may ganyan pala. So, it's a good thing na school leaders are bringing you guys, integrating you with, different schools. Kasi naalala ko, yung kinukwento ko nga sa'yo before, when I was, I think, in high school. Nagkaroon kami ng I don't know kung anong event yon sa school. Basta nagkaroon kami ng interaction with students from your school, Philippine School for the Deaf. And ewan ko, siguro doon nag-start yung fascination ko with signing and all. I was telling her guys that the farthest that I've gone with signing is, my ABCs. And that's pretty basic. Anyways, one more question, teacher, no? Being a teacher, not just, a teacher for the deaf, is it still worth it nowadays? Kasi, sabi nila, I really wanted to have a teacher as a guest on my show. And lucky for you, ikaw yung kauna-unahan. So, yung mga questions ko, ikaw ang unang is it, sabi nga nila, being a teacher is the noblest of all professions. Kasi there will be no, engineer, there will be no architect, no doctor, no what have you, no politicians if wala kayo mga teachers. And aside pa yan dun sa fact na that teachers are the second parents to children, di ba? But alam naman natin yung sitwasyon natin dito sa Pilipinas. And I just don't want to deal with the politics and all. Is being a teacher still worth it?
For me, personally, yes. Kasi as long as may taong or may batang pwedeng turuan,
Yeah.
parang for me, parang isang at ano na yun ng accomplishment sa isang teacher or isang, you know, isang pwedeng ma-proud kapag halimbawa ay may isang batang natuto sa ginagawa mo. Kahit hindi man bata or kahit sino, kapag halimbawa ay magturo ka and then someone, may na-learn doon sa tinuro mo, parang for me, still worth it pa rin as a maging teacher. Kasi yung teacher, madadala mo yun kahit matanda ka na pwede ka pa rin magturo eh. And parang di lang siya na parang ngayon medyo nakakalungkot lang na yung mga tao parang di na nabibigyan ng importansya yung pagiging teacher. Pero for me, as long as may naniniwala, as long as pwede ka pang magturo, worth it pa rin maging teacher sa ngayong generation.
Yeah. That's actually good to know kasi sa dami ng problema natin, medyo refreshing makarinig ng ganyan na teachers are still, excited to teach kahit na maraming, kakulangan or what. Anyhow, moving forward to my million peso question, teacher. If let's say after our interview, someone approached you and offered you a different job, and that could set, hindi mo na kailangang mamroblema, wala ka nang poproblemahin. You can travel the world, but you cannot go back to teaching. Will you take it?
Siguro if ever someone offered me a job that can definitely, give my life a better life or parang parang wala ka nang poproblemahin. Pero if that job hindi makaka-help sa community, hindi makakatulong for me as a person, parang hindi ko siya i-take. Hindi ko kukunin yung job na yon. Parang gusto ko at least kahit na wala akong kahit konti lang yung aking makukuha sa teacher, pero nakaka-help naman ako sa I can help someone, pwede na ako magstay.
So you're telling me na if the job does not give you the satisfaction na makakatulong ka sa iba, you will not take it.
Yes.
So you're not really motivated by the money.
Yes po. Kasi po yung money, pwede lang siya maubos eh. Pero sabihin natin na parang ang hypocrite mo or something gano'n, no? Parang ang plastic mo.
Yeah.
Pero for me, kasi iba yung yung iba yung feeling mo eh. Iba yung feeling mo kapag nakakatulong ka sa ibang tao. Kahit small act of kindness mo, parang gano'n, pero nakaka-help naman sa ibang tao, 'di ba? Parang ang sarap sa feeling. Pero kapag pera lang, pag sarili mo lang yung iisipin mo, siguro hindi siya worth it para i-give up mo yung nakakasama.
Actually, a lot of people now, hindi na sila naniniwala na may mga tao na ganyan na that's why I always make that as my last question. Especially siguro yung I don't know, ayoko na lang magsalita pero may mga tao talaga na nagugulat sila na hypocrite ka. Sinasabi mo lang yan because you're on camera. Not knowing na yun talaga yung kasi guys, being a teacher, sinasabi ko nga sa inyo, being a teacher of ordinary students is hard enough. What more yung ginagawa ni Teacher Antoinette, di ba? And I believe her when she tells me na I will not take it. Kasi it's not all about the money. It's not all about enriching yourself. Kasi the only riches na pwede mo makuha in teaching is when you see your students, di ba? When if after 10 years, 20 years, you see your students, become the CEO of a company, become, a famous journalist, nandyan ang payoff, di ba? Diyan nagpe-pay off. So, Teacher Antoinette, thank you for your time. I hope tuloy-tuloy lang. Huwag tayong susuko. Maraming magiging problema. I hope marami ka pang matulungan and happiness and health. And stay safe always. Welcome to the new normal, di ba? So that's why my interviews are done this way. Kasi new normal. So again, ma'am, thank you for your time. Sobrang grateful po ako. So yun. So yun, guys. So see you again on the next episode. I hope you learned a lot from Teacher Antoinette. And if you guys are interested to learn, sinabi niya, marami tayong resources online. You can learn, you can help, you could spread awareness that there are people, there are children who needs, special care, especially the people who have difficulty in hearing. So yun. So guys, see you on the next episode. Teacher, thank you.